Following the 2016 presidential election, many are shocked and in either a state of jubilation or despair and anger over the announcement that Donald Trump had won the presidency and will be sworn in as the 45th president of the United States. With protests erupting and fears and feelings running high on all sides, there are some who are so unhappy it has made them question the solidity of the fabric of America. It's easy to look from the outside and say calm down, give him a chance. However, emotions are running high and many cannot reconcile this new seemingly conciliatory Trump with some of the outrageous and inflammatory rhetoric he spouted during his campaign. One such state is the traditionally democratic haven of California. California is apparently looking into a word that many have not heard for a long time: secession. Secession being the process by which a state can break off from the country as a whole, striking off as an independent nation. This is much like how things used to operate in feudal days past and beyond, before all states were united. Since Trump's win was announced, the term Calexit has been trending on Twitter. Many have been feeling so distraught, separation seems to be the only way out. But could they actually secede? Well, maybe, because there's not a lot about secession within the state's legal code, as secession runs counter to the very paradigm on which the states was founded, the notion of being stronger together. However, the sentiment is not new. California has had leanings this way for some time given its economic prosperity in comparison to much of the rest of the states. Other states, such as Texas, has oft-toyed with the idea of leaving, with the term Texit trending after Brexit, wherein England separated itself from the European Union. Although even that wasn't the first time they had had such leanings. When Texas wished to secede, the Supreme Court stated, when Texas became one of the United States, she entered into an indissoluble relation. The union between Texas and the other states was as complete, as perpetual, and as indissoluble as the union between the original states. There was no place for reconsideration or revocation, except through revolution or through consent of the states. Meaning that yes, it is possible if the other states consent or revolution changes the entire fabric of the landscape. With so many people wanting change, revolution seems to be on many people's minds, as given the closeness of most of the votes across many of the states, the country appears to be very divided, with many drawn to both candidates for a variety of reasons, while some disliked all their choices and wished to see the system completely revised. So while it could happen, is it likely? Well, only time will tell. But as many separatists hopefully know, there is a lot more that goes into separating a state or province, yes I said province as we up here have our own history with that, than just simply leaving. Our province up here that toys with separatism is Quebec, which actually has a separatist party, and depending on the decade the movement is more or less serious. Just like these states, their reasons for wishing to leave are varied. But should any portion of a nation ever leave, new deals must be struck. Now one must establish oneself and become recognized as an independent entity, and also re-establish relations with the country one just severed themselves from. Not to mention, generational gaps often change people's perceptions and feelings as to who wishes to stay and who wishes to leave. Emotions are still running very high, and one can only wait and see how all of this settles. Here in Canada, we can only look on and hope for peace and a positive resolution for all the peoples of the states, where all the diverse groups, no matter who they aligned with, can feel accepted, represented, and respected. Thanks so much for watching IO. Stay tuned for more coverage of trending stories, and we'll catch you next time.